Hello, I'm Greg Pippert. I'm with Logic MD of Maple Grove in Minnesota. I practice functional, anti-aging, and regenerative medicine. I was trained in the University of Nebraska. That's where I got my medical training. Then I did a residency in emergency medicine. Subsequent to that, I practiced for about 14 years in emergency medicine, and I got to see the worst of the worst, the end stage of a lot of diseases. And while it was wonderful to help those things, in the acute setting, it got you thinking. On the other hand, how do we keep from getting here? How do we not end up where this person's at right now? What can we do? Small things to prevent the big things in the future. So that started me thinking about that. But then also the whole personal journey. Admittedly, emergency medicine is not a low-stress environment. It does take its toll. Day in, day out, working nights, evenings, days. So I've experienced a lot of the same things my patients have. When they talk about stress, they talk about the night shift. They talk about uncertainty. I get it. I understand that. And I know physically what it did to me, and the feelings that it caused, and the health problems that it caused. So the personal journey was then trying to make myself feel healthy. In doing that, then I found that there was a whole field of people doing this, a whole training program, which was a new world for me. We're not taught these things. We're not, no one's telling us there's a better way to do these things. There's an alternative way to do things. And when my eyes were open to that, things made sense. It made me reevaluate what I was doing for myself, what would I like to do for my family, and that then went on to progress to how can I help my patients with this, and found that, in fact, you can make a career of this, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way to treat patients. Many of my patients come in just saying they don't feel well. So we have to identify what are the big issues for them. In many of them it is hormone imbalance, and that's a big focus for us. We all are driven by our hormones. Without hormones we don't stay alive. And so we have to have optimized hormones. Now in different sexes, men and women, those are different hormones, and we have to balance them appropriately. But the balancing of the hormones, getting things in sync, causes lots and lots of other things to work better. We feel better. If someone has better balanced hormones, they sleep better. Sleep's imperative. If you don't sleep well, you age prematurely, you have a higher risk of disease. So by manipulating or balancing hormones, we can make lots of downstream things better.
I had been feeling lethargic. I could not sleep at night. I just was a nervous wreck, basically. Well, I had heard about bioidentical hormones, and I looked it up on the internet, and I found Logic. And then we put me on progesterone and estrogen, and I was also having problems with my thyroid, and that was one of the reasons I was losing my hair and things like that. So she put me on, got my thyroid all straightened out. Then we went to the pellets, the testosterone pellets. And once she put me on those testosterone pellets, it was like a new day for me. I felt I had more energy, more, just better outlook on life, period. Well, I am bipolar, and I was on several medications, and I could not get my medications correct. And once I started the hormone therapy, I then was able to get my bipolar medication all straightened out and have had no problems since I started the hormone therapy.
Now, it's not just about hormones, because through our diet we are able to sabotage all of our work. If we're not eating well, if we're eating the wrong things, it doesn't matter that we balance the hormones. It does matter, but not as much. We have to eat well. We have to sleep well. So we talk about sleep, we talk about not necessarily, here's your diet plan, here's this many grams of carbs, this many grams of proteins, but here's general things to live by. We talk about exercise, and then we talk about different nutraceuticals, different supplements that you can take. So choosing the right supplements. So if you'd like to know more about our practice, you can go to bodylogicmd.com. Click the link on Minnesota. You can find out more about me personally and my practice. You can also find lots of content about bioidentical hormones, nutrition, lots of good information. Anything you want to know. Also can check out different doctors on our website.